phone vibrating again. Darren Appleton says, "Well done, girls. Your commentary is coming across very good."
Oh, I take it back when I said about you, Andy. I love you, really.
I don't really, but I'll say it just to be nice.
And well done as well, Andy. You won last week, didn't you? Against Lewis Clark, 21-17, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I wasn't here, unfortunately, because I was in Holland.
There's laughing the old dog yet, eh?
Woof woof.
If you are wondering, that is Andy's nickname. We're not being rude.
Let me see. I'm assuming that Darren and Imran are at the table, so that was a dry break, but they can't pop the one. I've got another text message. Andy says, "You're just in denial, sure." No, I'm not in denial. I love everybody except a few. Well, I'll not mention their names because that's not nice.
It's just been pointed out, actually, Andy Appleton, that we're not in denial, we're in Leicester. We're at the 147 Club in Leicester. Very fine club it is too.
Really nice.
Actually my favourite pool club.
I've never been here, so...
No, it's... And you get a cracking curry here as well. Oh, wow. As soon as I come off air, I'm actually going and I'm having a curry tonight. But yeah, I mean, I've played quite a lot here, playing 8-ball in the English Ladies Tour. We have events here. It is a cracking club. Ram, the owner, really looks after the players here. I mean, it's a hotbed, really, of English pool players. And of course, Tom Ford's based here, snooker professional. He plays snooker. He's got the most beautiful table. I was honoured. I was given a little half-hour practice on it. I was allowed to go on it, and it's just beautiful. It's like putting your hand on silk. It's TV lights, really tight pockets. It's just bliss.
Well, those are the best clubs. Owners that care about pool. That's what you need.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm from Holland, and we don't have a big company like Riley's that take care of. They have all the clubs. We have individual owners in Holland, and they really take pride in their club. They really want it to work. They want the customers to be happy and to come back. And that's what,
right.
unfortunately, not always happens here. I was lucky in Barnsley because I had George there as my manager. And you know George.
Oh, I do, yeah.
And he's lovely, and I miss him. So he's just one of the best managers ever in Riley's because he takes care of his club. He takes pride in his club, and he likes to pool, and he loves pool. That's what you need as a manager.
That's right, yeah, they really do understand the game.
What do you think they're going to do? Try to push it out to...
I'm not really too sure what to do with it. I find the push out quite hard, really, because you want to leave it so they've got a little teaser, but you don't.
I think they're going to stick it to the 7.
And just hamper the queue in.
He's making the 7 awkward. Or not, no,
He's
the 7.
making the 9-ball awkward and the 10-ball.
Well, once the 7 ball's gone, the 9 ball is easy, but I don't know if the 7 goes past the 10.
I think maybe they wanted to make it a little bit tighter to the 9 ball there. I mean, that's the thing with a push out. You have to make it. You don't want to make it too hard because obviously they've got the opportunity to put you back in.
Do you think they're gonna try to like thinly hit the 1? Are they giving it back? They're giving it back. Hit the 10 ball softly, cue ball behind the 4. Do you think that's possible? I can't see the angle. Well, they're pointing towards the bottom pocket. Calling the 4 ball.
Calling the 4 ball. So he's trying to play the combination onto the 4.
Cue ball onto the 4, 4 onto the 2.
possibly bank it.
Onto the 2. Oh,
Oh,
that was close.
that was a good effort, that. Unfortunately, they have left the one ball in the centre pocket. Or the top right-hand pocket. And Boys and Melling are back in now. He's got the 2 onto the 4. And the only problem they've got is the 7 and the 9, which they actually tied up when they did that push out. Now, whatever Chris is suggesting there, Karl doesn't look too happy. He's sort of pulling faces like
he's
he
pulling
does.
faces. What the beep are you thinking?
Yeah. See, that's the thing, out of these 4 players though, all of them would go about finishes completely different ways, so
Yeah.
I think that's what's good about it. You know, it can throw up some right arguments, these Scotch doubles.
Well, that's why I said, when they said predict the score, I want it to be close, because I think it's gonna be close. If you have these 4 players individually, Imran's laughing at them, by the way. If you see these 4 players individually, they can all win a match against each other. But when it comes to Scotch doubles, it's so different. Darren and Imran are laughing at the discussion between Karl and Chris. I don't think they are agreeing about the shots.
See, I wouldn't want to be playing Scotch doubles with Karl, because he always tells me I'm playing the wrong shot. What are you doing that for?
Simon Whitlow is standing behind us. Say hi.
Evening.
You were unlucky before, weren't you, in the undercard match?
Played too poorly at the start, to be honest, but made a bit of a game of it towards the end.
Oh, you certainly did, yeah. What was you behind? It was
I was 13-8 down at one point, managed to get it back to 13-12. And then Killer dry break at 13-12, and he got a massive finish in it to go 14s, and then played a great safe in the last rack to get the job done. So a bit disappointing, but happy I made a bit of a match of it.
You certainly did. He stepped in at last minute, which is all
well,
great to you.
Unfortunately Alan couldn't make it. I don't know why, but I
it's
thought.
All credit that he stepped in last minute, because obviously you weren't practicing, were you? You weren't expecting to play a match.
Well, that's why I asked for such a big start, to be honest, because I thought, well, Scott's been playing awesome for a while on the tour, and he's put a lot of effort in for this match. I know he was up for it, so I thought, well, I need to get the weight right here. I think 4 was about right, in fairness, to be honest.
Well, with the scoreline,
I think with the scoreline, if I'd got out of the blocks a little bit quicker, I'm sure I could have got a bit closer to him, but I think it was about right. We had a good go anyway.
Yeah, you certainly did. Have you got any predictions for the score for this?
Oof,
I know it's early doors at the moment, but...
Score prediction, what, they played to 35?
Yes.
Race to 35, crikey.
And obviously, Boys and Melling duo, Boy Wonders, they're 7-1
Well,
at the moment.
I think, to be honest, I think if Karl and Chris get 8-9 racks in front, they're going to take some catching, because Chris thrives on situations where he's in front. He looks very confident around the table. Karl looks completely unfazed. Imran and Darren are sort of, there's a lot of conversation going on. They look a little bit edgy. So I think at this stage, all the momentum's in Karl and Chris's favour.
The problem is, if they get a big
I wouldn't like to predict a score.
Would you not?
I think.
Put a drink on it, Sam.
Just put a drink on it, crikey. Pressure's on now, eh? I think something around 35-24.
Oh right, so quite a big scoreline really. 35. And are you telling us who?
I'm not gonna stick my neck out.
You're not divulging it, are you not?
What a chicken.
I think you're good friends with all 4 of them,
too good friends with all of them,
yeah.
so I don't want to stick my neck out.
We tried to put him on the spot here, Shirley. Oh dear, and we've got carried away here, but actually, Chris Melling just missed a pot there.
We're discussing about shots.
Well, I think they're getting told, they're both getting told what they did wrong. I really wish we could mic up Karl and Chris. Because the thing is, out of these 4 players, Chris Melling, Karl Boys, Darren Appleton, they all know each other very well.
Yeah.
They've all been brought up. They're all 8-ball players since they were nippers. Imran, I think, has played snooker. I think he might have had a 1
He
ball
started,
7. Yeah,
he started in
player.
snooker. I heard a story about
do
Imran
tell.
that they used to. They tried to find a nickname for him before he was the Maharaja.
Yeah.
And
that's a beautiful shot.
In Victoria, they tried to get him to get used to the nickname Chicken Dinner.
Chicken Dinner.
Yeah. I don't know where it got, but I got that story from Lionel Brown.
Chicken Dinner.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that story?
He wouldn't tell me, so I'm really wondering. I keep tempting to wanting to ask Imran what it's about.
And he won't tell you.
I keep forgetting to ask. I'll ask him later on the way back. Looking at how to get out of this snooker, looking at 3 rails? Oh, 2 rails.
Well,
can he?
The choice is theirs, really.
Play up, table, down, side rail, bottom rail, kick the 7 up?
Yeah, I think he's going to hit about the first diamond on that bottom rail, is Karl. And then come off 2 cushions, probably to get, if he can, to get behind the 7 ball and kick it away from the cue ball. It's such a hard shot to judge this though, but obviously these boys do use the diamond system, you know, to give them pointers.
It's so much easier with a diamond system. I always get confused on English because I keep looking for diamonds.
Oh, that's right, yeah. You know, when I started,
too hard.
Oh dear.
It was close.
Obviously he didn't want to scratch in the centre pocket.
Anything except scratch.
Just missed that. It's got the ball. There is actually a little bit, because it's a new cloth, it's a Z9 cloth this, it's on. There's a bit of a slide on this table.
Yeah.
It's probably making the pockets a bit more generous as well. Darren Appleton now is just using the rest. Most players don't like using the rest really, do they? And they avoid it at all costs, but sometimes you need to play it.
He's got a special rest that he takes along with him everywhere.
Well, I agree with that, because that's one thing that I don't like about American pool. The moose head, I call it. I don't like that moose head. It's just not very stable. Whereas the traditional snooker, brass, cross.
Yeah, but what do you do if you have to go over a ball?
Well, there aren't any jump shots at snooker, so it doesn't come up. I do have I call it my Christmas tree. My Christmas tree that you can actually turn, and jump using that. So when the ball's in the centre of the table, I can still do a jump shot with my Christmas tree gadget.
I think we have to stop moving. Imran's aiming towards us, so we're trying to keep as still as possible, so we're not putting him off. It's not an easy shot. Let's go up, down table. Oh, he's
played at a very gentle pace, but he's just tried to pinch that pocket there to hold on the 10 ball, because the white was drifting up the table. So really, they have actually gifted
this rack.
Boys and Melling this rack.
I can smell the curries.
And Melling has come off 2 cushions there to leave Karl Boys perfect on the 10 ball.
That means we're going to see a massive Melling break coming up. Of the loudest break in the UK.
Chris Melling, as a... Here we go.
I think I'm okay for
Chris
Hill.
Melling is breaking in the 8-1 up. And he's scratched. Wow, he did really get into them balls though, didn't he? They went flying around the table. Of course, Chris has got and the 10 ball is respotted in this match.
Just make sure that they notice it. So that's a nice open rack.
And unfortunately, he's made such a good break. He's left the emphasis on Imran and Darren Appleton. What a strange question from Imran there. He's just asked the girls if we're commentating. We're in the commentary box with microphones, so he's quite observant, is Imran tonight.
They're getting the rest out again. Not an easy shot though. Trying to keep it for the 6.
So you've actually travelled up with Imran, haven't you? So how is his form at the moment, Shirley? Have you?
What kind of form?
Well, I think I've just
again.
done commentator's curse there, saying about his form. He was playing with the rest there, but it was quite an uncharacteristic miss really there from Imran.
He's laughing about it, so he's not. I don't know why he's laughing.
I don't think Darren Appleton would be laughing about that miss.
We were in the car together, yeah, and we spoke a bit about Imran. When he plays, he sees everything, and I don't know how to explain it. It's like
You mean he gets distracted by people in the crowd? And,
yeah,
yeah.
really easily, and he's working on it.
I think that's actually a snooker player's trait, really. I think snooker players are used to, you don't cough and ultra serious, and you do let things affect you, the crowd or someone eating crisps or whatever.
Exactly, and
I certainly can't fault him for that, because I'm probably one of the worst as well. But you're that used to a quiet environment that what you find is that Chris, Darren and Karl, because they've come from
English
the
pool.
English pool background,
Oh my
where
God.
there is noise in the background.
I know, because I can
There's more of
remember.
an atmosphere when you play. And Karl, boys, is just about to break. Oh, and he's actually, the 8 balls dropped, and they've split beautiful. They've got a shot on the 1 ball, and there doesn't look to be many obstacles. He just needs to play a nice shot here on the 1 ball and get on the 2 ball. And really, they've got an opportunity of a run out on this frame.
Have they had a break on yet?
We've not had one yet in this match so far.
Apparently last week when they played the matches, they had 3 break runs over the whole night.
And of course, Chris has actually played quite short here on the 4 ball. He's not really left Karl a pot on this 4 ball, so I think we're going to see Karl
Play safety.
playing a snooker here. And he's got the 7, 6 and 5 lined up that he can try and get the white behind, or get the 4 ball behind. That's just a lack of concentration there from Chris, not to get on the 4 ball. Karl's just clipping this 4 ball really fine to come off 2 cushions and get behind the 7 and 6 ball, possibly even the 5.
I think he's going to hit
found the
7.
gap.
Oh, he found the gap. I think he can hit it though. Yeah, I think he can even pot it.
And Karl is quite disappointed not to have got him snookered here. We haven't really seen too much of Daz and Imran really at the moment, so they've not got going really yet in this match.
Don't forget, we've only seen 5. So there's still a long way to go.
There is a long way to go. Obviously, this is the first 10 frames, 9-1 to boys and Melling. I think it makes a big difference actually having winner breaks though in a match. Do you find that people can run away with the score?
Yeah, but don't
have
forget
a
it's
big
Scotch
lead.
doubles, so they're not getting the constant. It's like when you're playing two people. Well, when two people are playing and they get winner breaks, there's one person that's in stroke all the time. With Scotch doubles, you have to wait for your opponent every time. And you don't break all the time.
Yeah.
So it's still good to have winner breaks, but you don't get in the same flow as you do when you play a singles match.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, to be fair, Darren and Imran have never played a doubles, Scotch doubles together, and neither have Karl and Chris. And this is a really good experience, really, for them going to the World Cup of Pool in Manila.
It's especially because it's difficult for them to practice. Other people might have practiced together, like in Holland, Niels and Nick, they live about, well, Niels lives in The Hague, Nick lives in Amsterdam, near Amsterdam. It's about a 30-minute drive, so they can practice easier. That's the team for Holland. Darren and Imran, I think Pont London is about 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah, something like that,
stupid like that.
And the problem is that neither of them are ever in the country, really, because certainly Darren, since winning the World 10 Ball Championships this year and the World Pool Masters, you know, he's travelling all over and he likes being on the road. And
exactly. The thing is with Imran is his dad died a few months ago, so he's been trying to be home a lot more.
Yeah.
Just to support his mom.
Well, I think when things like that happen, you know, pool obviously takes second place.
I think he can pot this, actually. It looks like it came out.
Well, I think he's looking at playing behind the 9. It looks too thin to nip, but then again it's Chris Melling at the table and they do call him the magician, don't they? No, he's definitely going for this 4.
Oh,
I just never thought that was on. I thought it was too thin a nip.
Oh, he did put the 6 and the 7 together now.
I don't think he played that though, Shirley.
He tried to pot it.
Yeah, I think that was quite fortunate, really. The 6 and 7 are now tied up.
I think he went for 2 in 1. It's like, if I don't pot it, I'll hopefully be safe behind those 2 balls.
Do you think so? Right. I think this is quite a big shot, really, because Imran and Darren really want to get going. They want to get cracking on this match and start getting on a roll. So it's a tough shot, this. But if he gets this part, dear.
But roll on. So he's not leaving anything, is he? Even though he missed it and he went for it. Because I think he went for it, tried to pot the play the cue ball from the 5 onto the 6 and 7.
Yeah.
I think he had a bit too much angle, but he didn't leave him much.
No, he's not. I did expect Imran to pot that. But like we say, it's early days and they've not got the speed and they've not really got into it yet.
Do you know if they're having any breaks in between? Because it's quite a long match.
It is quite a long match. I think they're deciding amongst the players when they want to have timeouts.
Because I know both Darren and Imran smoke. So they'll probably want the smoke in between. But not really bothered.
No, I think they have. I think there has been a few wind-ups with this.
Oh, that's a really nice safety.
Yeah, that's a beautiful. He's put him right behind the 9. Left quite a difficult shot, really, to kick.
I don't think there's a 1-roll kick here.
And it's not so much hitting the 4 ball, is it, Shirley? It's more what you're going to leave. But they have got a little bit of a security blanket because obviously the 6 and the 7 are tied up. Yeah. So unless you get right behind the 6 ball and you can play a combination, it's not really going to be that easy to run out.
Exactly, but if they don't hit it, you're giving a bit away a ball in hand, and they can put it anywhere so they can leave it a cue ball exactly right on the 5 ball to open up the 6 and the 7.
That's right. Yeah, but I do expect Das to make contact with the 4 ball. I just think it's what he's going to leave.
2 rails.
2 rails.
They're
actually
calling
they're calling the 4 in the top right hand bag. The top right hand pocket.
Well, that's always the safety. Even if you're in a safety, always call the shot, because if you do hit it and you pot it, you're gonna you're gonna hit yourself if you didn't call it.
I do really like the call shot rule. I'm a big fan of it, really. I think American pool, I think the pockets are big enough and generous enough, and I think that you should. Oh, and that's a great shot to hit it.
But he's left it.
Yeah.
But don't forget the 6 and the 7. They're still not done with it.
No.
What are you gonna do with that? The only option I can see, if you just pop the 5 ball, all you can do is bank the 6.
Yeah.
If you can't open it up.
You have to get right behind the 6 ball if you want to get the combination down the rail of the 7 into the top right hand pocket.
Yeah, they're playing for the combination. Looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Chris is looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4 rail. Boise just wants a 2 rail.
This is always the same with Chris Melling, though. He likes to go the hard way, I think. And this isn't the easiest shot in the world, this combination with the 6 and the 7. Because obviously it's not the easiest combination in the world, but again, you're not 100% sure where the 6 is going to go when you make contact with it. And it's important to give yourself a shot on the 6. It's quite a big shot, this. And of course you have to change your shot selection really when you're playing Scotch doubles a bit, because obviously you can't be quite as reckless because you don't want to let your partner down. And I mean, these boys can moan at each other if they miss or if they leave a stupid shot, a hard position.
Yeah.
But obviously at this stage, when they're 9-1 up, they can afford to take a few risks really. So this is a time when you would take some risks. And we've just, Daz was sitting there with his head.
He's calling the 6 in here, so he's going for the bank shot. Missed it. Oh, he potted it.
And that certainly wiped his feet there, Shirley, didn't it?
I thought it was miss it. I thought it was going to stay up.
The advantage with taking that shot, obviously, as we discussed, the 6 was, if you took the combination, the 6 was going, you didn't know where it was going, but there you were guaranteed to be on the 7 ball.
Exactly. That's why I thought initially that he would go for the bank.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely sure that you'll have a shot on the 7 after.
And Chris has set up Karl with a nice easy 10 ball in the middle to take a 10-1 lead.
Table. Thanks very much for your time. Oh. Now this is a change. A dark shadow has been cast above me as Big Tony Weaver arrives in the commentary box.
Morning.
Bonjour.
Bonsoir. So, 10-1. That's the ones we're getting given a start now, aren't they?
No comment. Dry break from Chris. Ooh. Possible 2-9. Sorry, 2-10. Playing 10 ball now, aren't we? It's a tricky rack to run out though if they don't fancy the 2-10.
Yeah, I think we'll see them a safety to start off with.
One behind the 9, do you think? Sorry, white behind the 9?
Maybe. What I do know is we've just had a text from Bevan and he's having to explain to all his customers in the bar what the rules of 10 bar are. 10 bar.
I don't know how you guys are out there doing for your predictions. Still a long way to go in the match tonight.
This is actually quite weird for you and I, because we're both sober.
Yeah, and the commentary may be slightly more boring for that matter,
Yeah,
but
I'm afraid the sparkle might not quite be there.
no. But needless to say, I'm sure we'll do this next time. We'll be slightly more inebriated.
Well, the next time we do this, I'm having a proper commentary box built with a couple of ice buckets specifically designed to put Pinot Grigio in.
Oh, seems like a dream. Now this could be
And
a
Guinness tap.
very quick rack.
Surprised about that.
Yeah. Nice pot. Not the easiest combination I've seen. It's relatively straightforward on the monitor, but certainly for angle I'm sitting at, that knuckle's going to come into play. Don't you think, Tone?
Yeah, it looks different on TV to what we're looking at.
Oh, very nice.
Quick game.
Very nice. 8-2.